So, someone noticed in the last comment section that when Moya attacks you in this little section, apparently there is one brief time that the text box disappears where I might be able to move. So, it still got me anyway. All right, well, yeah. Shut up. Use spooky face elsewhere. No. If I dash correctly, I'm betting that I can get out of here. It's very, very rough, isn't it? That face that he makes always reminds me of Welcome to the Game. The spooky face made out of ASCII. All right, come on, Leah. What up? Okay. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that this works, but considering that I didn't really have too much for other strategies as far as fighting this guy, it only makes sense. Well, oh boy. So, triple shot, X dash, and other thing are gone. No sound, eh? Okay, so I need to attack this then. Ah, wow. Alright, I'm kind of surprised that I'm going directly into a fight right now. Although I guess I can't be too surprised considering that this is kind of what the... Oh, wow. I mean, it's like, what else were you expecting to happen here? Well, okay. Oh, I lost my plasma shield. I didn't actually lose the other thing. Oh, and that was the exact same thing that you got from the... Alright. It was the exact same explosion that you got from the, God, can't talk right now. This is new boss that I have never seen before. Which is quite interesting. Kind of interesting that it's just the one artifact right now. Alright. That little H on Moya's forehead, obviously meaning... Yeah. Little H on Moya's forehead, obviously meaning M in the cipher language. Yep, there we are. Okay, well, I'm going to probably throw her into post-commentary mode, see what I can do against this guy. Oh, what? Alright, green is annoying. I guess maybe it's like sometimes it's green, sometimes it's yellow. Maybe it's just kind of like how long it lasts or something. Oh! Okay, I got one of the orbs. This is curious. Like a case of Benjamin Button. Alright. Whoa. Okay, so we got a little bit of a dashing challenge, eh? Oof. Wow. Oh, man. That's kind of rough. And I see that I'm going to be using each one of the 3 orbs here. That's pretty clear. All right, cool. Doesn't seem like that's too bad as long as I can save enough health after the first round. It's a good thing I also saved my... Yeah, of course. Shut up. All right, what do you got? Third phase. It's going to be the pink one, but I don't know what that means exactly. Come on, don't even... Oh. Looks neat. Boy, well, Ya's a real dick. Anyway. All right. This is actually going fairly good, all things considered. Well, aside from that last hit. You going down, will ya? Because again, I know where my character is. It's not really like a huge mystery or anything like that. There you are. Okay, well, take that, you dick. Yeah. Oh no. So, what up, my dog? Yeah, cool. At the seat of your very power. Take that, Moya. Mm-hmm. Ha. Oh, okay. How will that not matter? Oh. Uh-huh. Threatening! I'm really looking forward to whatever that is, but right now what I'm going to do is make a quick split in the recording just to have that hunt me down, eh? Good stuff. Quick split in the recording so that I'm not actually recording through OBS this time. All right. Yeah. What does that mean? Some sort of strange warmth struck. That's actually, I mean, the thing is, it's like if you go here before fighting Moya, there's actually a different little message that you get there that says something like, I feel like I'm missing something here. I don't know, it's distressing, whatever it is. I don't know, it's still a little bit of an interesting thing with Moya's chamber here, where you can't really go to the left side, even though if you check the map, there is definitely stuff there. I don't know, maybe there's like somewhere else that you're supposed to be going. Just like wondering if something will happen? What if I were to quit? Oh. Alright then. That's, curious. Why is there just no station there now? Ooh, okay. Hey, Moya. I see you're doing some shenanigans. Oh, can't jump through these. I don't think I ever noticed that. So Moya, I see that you're doing some shenanigans. What shenanigans? I have no idea, but it's definitely something. I still have no idea how he's going to hunt me down and in what way and what that could possibly mean. I mean, I was kind of wondering if it's like gonna suddenly have like a Moya head appear somewhere around here and start threatening me. But well, anyway, there's still more stuff to do, certainly. I mean, Moya might have been beaten, but I still only have one key, and there's still several more to go. So, first thing I'm going to be doing is checking out that right now. Because the way that you actually go find the... Moya's still freaking me out, I'm going to be honest here. Because the actual way that you're supposed to go find the keys is either through very huge amount of trial and error, or if you go all the way to the upper jungle here, there's quite a little bit of help to get you along the way. Okay, well, maybe. Give me 1 second here. It's still kind of weird to me that Moya doesn't actually speak in the like dialect that all the Cypher computers do, despite the fact that he clearly has some sort of connection to them. He uses a ton of oh, hey, cool. He uses a ton of like attacks that would obviously indicate that he's related to the Cypher computers. You know, all the various eyeballs and whatever. But yeah, that's me. There I am. All the holograms apparently changed that. And yes, that dude right there is part of it. But he's only one of a couple things that I want to be talking to right now. So I got to get over a little bit farther in the jungle to kind of check out that first. Yeah, I remember when I first found out about these guys. They start appearing... Here's another one. They start appearing at the point where you beat the game. After you beat the game... Interesting. Strange. New type of enemy, I guess. But yeah, these guys start appearing around here after you beat the game, which is weird. I don't really know. I mean, honestly, yes. I know. That I'm not entirely sure about. But, yeah, it's like, these guys only start appearing after you beat the game, and to be honest, I thought that they were going to be something like I thought that they were something that were added in after the fact, because the keys are just incredibly difficult to find. But considering everything that I saw in the previous episode, I think that that's not actually the case. I think that these guys are intended to be in the game, because there's a lot of pretty goofy creatures. I don't know, it just seems kind of weird, because this guy right here especially, learn their language well. Learn their language well. I mean, it almost feels like it's given away the cipher for the language a little too easily. I don't know, because the way that I figured out the cipher for the language was actually in a single room, which will be coming up in this episode. You'll get to see. I'll tell the full story of how I learned that cipher and then created the lovely PNG file that you've been seeing each time that I look at one of those computers. I mean, it's like ciphers are not actually too difficult to figure out, and if you're given like straight up a like huge hint like that, a fully translated sentence in that way, it's even easier. I mean, I looked at that and I'm just like, well, that would have been helpful a lot earlier. But anyway, it's like I've played a lot of games with ciphers in Commander Keen, Hyper Light Drifter. I even talked about my experiences with Commander Keen before. And, you know, and there's also a lot of, like, different ways that you can go about... You actually get damage by going into those, eh? There's a lot of different ways that you can go about, like, learning, you know, figuring those out pretty easy. If you've ever done, like, the jumble in the paper, you probably already got a lot of tips and tricks that you need to figure that out. But if you have a sentence that's just straight up already translated for you, it makes it doubly easy. And in the first episode, well, the first episode of the post-game, end-game, whatever you call it, I was actually going to wait until I got to that eagle, because I think that's supposed to be like the realistic first time that you ever figure out about the cipher, or, well, ever figure out, like, how to translate the cipher, but there's actually a lot more text in this game based around that cipher than I imagined. So I just started translating it immediately, and I think the game, I think this whole series is probably better for that. Yeah, so I guess these guys turning into little eyeballs are a result of beating Moya, because that's definitely never happened in the game before. I'm still rather worried about what Moya was talking about, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, so the key that I found after beating Moya in the outer station, the one down, what was it, here? Or here? Maybe even here? Or not, I mean here. It's right next to the diskette room. I was looking at the research outpost. Yes, that was the first key I found, but the first key that I actually got was this one. Because the thing is, I thought that there was something suspicious about that statue. I thought it was weird, you know, looking at it. And I didn't actually, like, beat the game for a while. I was actually finding a lot of the secrets and everything far before I actually fought the final boss, just because, well, I was looking around. But then it's like I figured out, oh, there's got to be something around here. That's one of these pillars, as the guy told me. But it also makes a lot of sense, too. Maybe I need to... Oh, yeah, there we go. It also makes a lot of sense, too, because after you fought the tomb spider, you fell down a very similar sort of area. And... well, that lets me out of here, but... yeah, this is just goofy. Tons and tons of spiders. I mean, they are the natural fauna that lives inside temples, after all. And you do need to beat every single one of them. Of course, having the ability to just constantly have charge shots makes pretty short work of dudes. And also with the amount of health I have, also makes pretty short work to do. I should be a little bit careful, though. I should be a little bit careful, though. I would really prefer not dying here. Alright, come on, guys. And these spiders could have been figuring out the incredible mysteries of the station here, and yet, here they are, just, you know, hanging around. Keys right there, dudes. I don't even know how you got in here. Anyway, step 2. And like I said, that was the first one I found. So, it's like, I guess that's probably the easiest of the 3 keys to figure out. Although, I did get very close to figuring out the... I did get very close to figuring out the first key in the very first episode of this, because I noticed the mysterious wall that was in the first area. I just didn't realize how you had to interact with it. Anyway, there is also one more creature to go find, and for the longest time I thought it was the dude in the nowhere, because that was the only sort of creature that I had found. And I guess mega sad, technically, but, you know, that's mega sad. Not quite the keeper of secrets as I was hoping. So anyway, it took me quite a while. Wait, if the Gamers are changed, what about like the super Gamers up here? No, just the tiny ones apparently. Weird. Anywho, maybe I should actually go fight like the final boss again or something, just because it's unusual. Yeah, this little area right here. Well, go figure that out later. First off, I want to show off the other character, because I don't actually remember which guys give which hints, so that might be the one that... I want to say the one that I haven't found yet is probably that one. But yes, the other creature that you're looking for is over here. Why is he so far away from the jungle? I don't know. I don't really have any explanation for that. Anyway, it's right... Is he down here? It's around the derelict ship entrance, I remember that. Still feel proud about getting my little character now. Finally recognized. Ah, here you are. Alright. And that is all the key hints. And then the other key, and then the last key that you get is the one where you fight on planet side, going through the dash challenge and everything like that. Still have no idea. I mean, I still think that there's a good possibility that these guys were added in like after the game had already come out, just because the keys are possible to find. One of the things that I showed off with the notes last time in the little half episode let you know about the location of the second key. But even if you can kind of figure out what that's supposed to mean, it's still incredibly vague and difficult. But don't worry, we'll be getting to there soon enough. Right now, there's a very easy key that I can go collect directly to my right. I wonder if like Super Moya actually appears in the boss rush, because I was able to open up the boss rush before, so there you go. Oh, yes, and one of the things about these little secret guys, another hint for the keys, is that those eyeball dudes hang around wherever keys are found. So that's sort of a hint as to where you can find some of them, but even then, it's incredibly vague. 3 steps, let's go. And yeah, I mean, it's like realistically, that's the only one of the eyeball guys that you're gonna find around here. Although, it's pretty obvious that there's something up with that. I suppose the other thing, too, though, is that it's like... What, I entered the area, like, up here, and then I exited down here, so... Maybe not the most obvious thing. Oh, well, little holograph things change. I do like that. But I also just don't know what it means. Yeah, so the entire thing here is that if you've kind of been wondering, like, what exactly am I actually doing right now? Like, what is the purpose of everything? I mean, basically, I'm just going around. I know that there's, you know, the Environmental Station and essentially Environmental Station Junior at some place on, like, the opposite side of the galaxy. And they've been running around looking at various... These guys are still so weird. They've been running around, like, looking at various excavation sites that they've been finding here. The one at the temple that, like, the dude up here talked about is one of them. I'm betting that the one at the planet side is one of them too, and then the one all the way across the galaxy is another one of them. And they all contain various artifacts, and they were kind of collecting those artifacts until, well, a horrible apocalypse happened. And whenever you get these artifacts, they apparently send out some sort of transmitter signal that does something. The pillars all the way on planet side summoned up Muya. The 3 orbs summoned up the Restless Spirit. And then and now these keys are summoning up those eyeball ghost things. And since I know that, like, my mission is a failure, no matter what I do, it's going to turn out badly for me. The AI has too much of a hold on me to actually do anything. And either I sacrifice myself kind of for naught, because eventually it's going to be refound. Eventually my body is going to be refound, and then the AI will get out. Or that's not what I meant to do. Or I guess, you know, you actually go back to the ship and then shoot the scientist to death and let the AI out. Both 2 terrible options. So pretty much what I've been doing is I've been scavenging around trying to find artifacts, summoning up guys. And even though every single guy that I've summoned so far has just immediately attacked me, I don't know, maybe one of them will be friendly. Either way, I don't really have too many other options as of right now, so... I mean, Muya probably could have helped me, but he didn't want to because he's a jerk. Still a quite mysterious character here. I was kind of wondering if one of those dudes were going to change up. Did I go the completely wrong direction? Yeah, I totally did. Whoops. Yeah, I was wondering if one of those, like, corpses was going to change up now that I beat Muya, because some things are clearly changing. Clearly not, the stuff I'm actually looking for, though. You know, I think I didn't even need to go in that area anyway, but I did want to kind of do a little bit of a plot recap, just because it's like, it might be super confusing as to what I'm actually doing, what, like, the actual plot is right now. Nope, you get back up there. And is this where I want to be? This is indeed where I want to be. So, 3 blue circles above me, and you saw the notes last time. It showed that there was a save point, and then if you go this way, there's one thing, but if you and there's the eyeball ghost that kind of signifies that you are near a key. But the thing is, what it did was it showed the horizontal dash, and obviously the hint that I got there. That is, it's just, that is so crazy difficult to figure out. I mean, I know that there's the notes, there's the guy that explicitly tells you. There's just everything, but still, even despite that, I just think that's nutso to try to, like, figure this one out on your own. And everybody get out of here. Interesting that there's some bones down here, because, like, I guess somebody made it into this area. Maybe it was somebody hapless, not even meaning to, but, well, they definitely did. Also, very, what is it, Turian? Very Metroid vibes from there, where you get a bunch of weird Metroid dudes and... so strange. But yes, a bunch of weird Metroid dudes and, like, lava like that. It's interesting. Well, anyway, that's all 3 steps. That's all 3 of the keys. Artifacts in their own right, certainly. And now, there is, of course, if you also remember the notes, another teleporter. Or if you remember the many... kind of freaking me out here. Or if you remember the many notes that I got about how they closed off both the outpost and a teleporter all the way over in the temple. Look, if you guessed that there... not this. Look, if you guessed that there was something in the upper part of this area, no prize. Because, yeah, that's exactly where I'm going right now. And oh boy, does it open up a whole can of worms going over here, let me tell you. You know, I guess now that I'm looking at it, all these statues, these are supposed to be Moya, aren't they? I mean, he's got, like, the blue cloak, well, he's blue. Yeah, that's gotta be it, right? Huh. I don't know why I didn't really make that connection. It seems obvious when I say it out loud. But, anywho. All 4 keys. Thankfully, it didn't just summon up a boss immediately like the game has liked to do when I get the artifacts before. Although I guess these things are only keys. They're not quite the same thing, after all. And right over here. Ah, it's so majestic. And they said that they bound it up, but there's still a way to get in there, and it's right here. I mean, if you're playing this game, you probably found that anyway. It's not a huge secret. And also, if you continue going over here, there's just a connection right back to this area. So, yeah, that's nice. It's convenient, certainly. Let's go. So, what's this teleporter then? First off, there's the keys. And I mean, the way that I see this is probably also on the planet, which is why I get no signal here. But it's probably the excavation site. This is the mysterious area that they grabbed, like, the orb artifacts out of. Or maybe it's even Environmental Station Junior. I can't even believe they did that again. It's so goofy. And yeah, 4. It counts up for each key that you have, and that's kind of how you track that, because it's not like you're going to be able to see that in your status or anything. Like, yeah, you remember the one door in the temple which got blown open by shooting the crystals and then having the... I mean, I guess that's how they do... The ancient guys that developed the temple and developed this do it. All right, this kills you instantly. What you see right up there... And, of course, I mean, I figured this out almost immediately. All you gotta do is just turn on the specific power... Or is it turn off? Uh-oh. The rough map, heat-resistant suit. You know, all the ones that look like the little thing on the wall. It's pretty easy to fix. Ah, wait, no. I want to turn on the rough map. And then, yeah, just go right through it. Otherwise, you die immediately. I don't really know why the ancient dudes that made this entire area are so intent on keeping people out of it. I mean, those traps lasted for like millions of years, so that's something alone. All right, so brace yourself. This is the big thing. It's like a clock. And I almost feel like that room up there was explicitly intended to try to get you to turn off a couple of your power-ups, because... that's how you figure that out. Turn them all off, and it does nothing. Turn them all on, and it's 6:30. I mean, okay, it's not actually like 6:30. The reason why you can easily figure out why that's related to power-ups is because, well, there's 14 parts on that clock. Kind of surprised that Moya wasn't here to meet me at this point in time. And I just want to... Still weird that there's no background there. It's freaking me out. But yes, you can see this is an eyeball section, so it's definitely created by the ancient dudes. Yeah, so that clock is interesting. Also, just to show you exactly how it works, it's exactly what you think it is. I do think that's pretty clever that they kind of play with you having to change out your power-ups explicitly so that you would notice that the clock puzzle is down there. And there's these. Bunch of little rocks. One of them's missing. What does it mean? I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, there's this weird space room with the clock here, but if you continue on, it leads you to this weirdo monochrome area. And this guy. And I don't want to deal with this guy. Oh, wait, you can't go backwards now. You're dead. You're doomed. And there you go. So, yeah, actually get a correct thing going on here. How do you know you have a correct power-up? Well, all you gotta do is notice if the hands actually light up a color. And the only way that I've figured out how to do that so far is just by turning on a single power-up. Then the hands will turn like this. And there's one special power-up, which I think is the plasma field, which turns them orange. And what happens when you do this? Freaky. But also... So, there is one of these for every single power-up in the game. I am not going to go back and forth doing every single power-up in the game. I'm just going to put it on screen right now. Every single one of the power-ups, condensed into one easy-to-read version. Can you actually walk farther after this point? No. Okay. But yeah, get an eye full. Signs. Signs everywhere. There's signs. Luckily, most of them, if you've been playing the game as much as I have, are all pretty easy to figure out. The only one is the road that cannot be completed. If you might already know what that one is, but when I get to that one, I will rail about it a little bit. And okay, that should be good enough. All right, back in the clock room. And like I said, there was one special one that you can go to if you turn on the plasma shield. So let's go check that out right now. Right here. Unfortunately, for the time being, I can't actually do anything with this wall in the way. And why is that? Yep, so not only do I have signs, I also got to go figure out that thing. So before I get on the next part of the unraveling the mysteries of the station, I just had an idea here. Specifically, if what's being shown on the start screen right now is just, well, my ship flying through space, maybe I want to go back to my ship. And I did check this like 1 second before, and you can interact with it now, which I don't think you could before. What do you got? I hope Moya isn't in here. Oh, is this an ending? What? Can I move? Yes. Can I attack? Apparently. What? Okay, well, that's interesting. Apparently, you can't... What? Apparently you can't just leave the station at this point now. What do you mean that's not how usurping works? Also, I have no idea if this is doing anything, but the fact that I can apparently shoot the... going full on, Smash Brothers style, shooting the credits here. Nifless. That's pretty cool. I like seeing him because he was a really long time a pretty big indie dude. Look for the secret map. I already found it. You don't even gotta tell me. Oh, I could have spelled fart. The secret map. Ah. All right, then. It's, huh. There's new music. Okay. Well, I take it that those were Muya's superiors. Just a big collection of floating faces in space? Or maybe it's just that single white circle with in the middle? What a strange... Well, anyway, point is that I guess we're going to be meeting up with them soon enough. And I did check all the other various endings, and it seems, and aside from Muya's face appearing creepily in every one of the endings, there doesn't seem to be anything different. So, it's too bad. Anyway, here's what I'm looking for. This was the first secret I found. And there's no actual key around here, but I guess that guy's hanging out because it's a secret? And this is the place where I figured out the cipher. Nope, it won't. And it's interesting because the attacks, there were like 2 attacks that kind of appeared concurrently. The cipher ghosts and the outpost and the AI coming from the cargo ship A152. Which, by the way, was carrying a bunch of artifacts, or at least a bunch of material. I don't know if they were artifacts specifically, that were from the Environmental Station Junior. Well, I think that they're related in some way. I mean, the whole eye imagery. The keys, the gates, well, what is the code? And yeah, this is just a stand. It doesn't actually do anything. You're just supposed to type something in there. What? This. And yes, it's this computer solely is how I learned the cipher for the game. Yep, and there's pretty much like the first place where I kind of figured it out. I mean, first off, those first 2 letters look like I-N, and then the next 3 letters are T-H-E, which was pretty easy to figure out, just because I assumed that this computer was telling me where to find the code, so it was starting with in the. And then after that, as soon as I figured out that the, what A looked like, which is the upside down L, the Waluigi symbol, it was actually pretty simple from that point on. I mean, you can actually notice that in the PNG right now, the first 5 letters are I-N-T-H-E. Gave more than enough information to be able to figure out that entire puzzle just with that computer alone. So yeah, like I said, when I found the eagle, then I was sort of like, oh well, they're just giving you the code at this point. But yeah, that one's actually not too difficult to find at all, just because it does seem suspicious the way that there's like not too much of anything else around that area. So it's actually very similar to not this, I meant the map. The health upgrade that you get over here just from going to the left of the teleporter. So this one, not a very difficult secret to find, which is interesting because it's used incredibly lately. It's used incredibly late in the game. You have to get all the way to the maze in the planet-side excavation site for it to actually be useful. It's kind of crazy in that way. But anyway, hey, it was an important part of... It was really the first time that I noticed that, hey, there's a lot more to this game than meets the eye. I think that even as soon as I saw that, the first thing I said was something along the lines of, oh, it's this type of game. which really I like a lot. I am really liking Environmental Station Alpha. I thought that I would. I usually like these types of games, even though I have so many issues with them and all that. But it's like, I've been enjoying Environmental Station Alpha a lot because one of the biggest issues that I have with Metroid-style games... Also, yeah, if you're wondering why there was gold keycard there you are. TWO. And it's W. So that's... I remember when I first saw that, I was... TWOW? What does TWOW mean? It's two. TWO. It's the second letter. That took me longer to figure out than I'd like to admit. But yes, one of the biggest issues that I have with this sort of series is that it's supposed to be based around exploration. It's supposed to be based around finding a lot of different stuff, discovering secrets, all that sort of stuff. But usually it's very simple. I mean, if there's any sort of extra content to the game, it's, well, here's an extra missile tank or whatever. Extremely, you know, it's not much of anything. But here, the secrets are substantial and they're big. I mean, you're not only finding like extra area. I mean, you're not only finding like secrets all over the place, and they're actually difficult secrets to find and figure out and everything. But the rewards are really substantial too. There was the entire area of the outpost, and now the planet-side excavation site. Multiple endings. I mean, it's not just... Yeah, usually when I think of, like, secret stuff in video games, it's simple. Maybe a single extra area at best. This is, like, an entire half of the game that is hidden behind a bunch of secretive stuff that's, like, substantially more difficult than, like, any other game to figure out. In the artwork. I couldn't figure out what that was originally, but... Then it's like, wait a second, where's their artwork in the game? Right here, in the derelict ship. So, what is that? First is M. So pretty simple there. Yeah, I had actually found one of the other reasons why I was able to figure out the cipher pretty easily was because I had actually found one of the hints for this in the temple. And then I realized that it's like probably one of them just says in the temple because that has enough letters for that. Then I also found a second one in the temple, and I thought that that was supposed to be a reference to the artwork. Not so fast. So anyway, this was the very first one of these that I found. I guess technically it was like even before I found that room in the volcanic sector. This was kind of my introduction to like greater secrets in the game, but I had no idea what it meant until I found that, the volcanic sector secret room. And I'm sure that you could probably tell immediately that there was something else down here. That I was clearly... I mean, the diskette room is right over here, but then if you also look down here, there's clearly extra places to go. Really gotta stop getting hit so much. Yep, and when I saw that, I was like, alright, I recognize the second symbol, that's A, but what's the first symbol? It's 4. It's just a 4. Like, it tries to be very... I mean, I don't know, for some reason, I just thought that it was going to be trickier than it actually was. Like, the idea of it's just numbers did not factor into my mind for longer than I'd like to admit. Anyway, hey, you think you might realize exactly what the letters are spelling out? It ain't much of a secret. Can I just go up here? Well, first I'll get my health back. But yes, this one up here was what I thought was originally supposed to be the... Get out of here. The in the artwork hint, because I'm just like, what does that mean, artwork? Do I have to go, like, look in the folder of this game? Do I have to, like, actually go look in the art assets? No, there's an actual place for this art in the game. It's simple. Whatever. It's here. Hey, get out of here, you. So, the little try symbol, not actually a cipher by itself, it just means 3. And it's Y. MWYA. Get it? Because Moya's a pretty big character in the game. He's actually a character I really like in the game. I think that especially after doing the boss fight, because the thing is, he is petulant, he is vindictive, just a real dick, but he's also very competent. He knows what he's doing, and he has godlike powers to back that up. It's just, I'm better, basically. And I just like the idea that he's just such a jerk. I love it. It's like if you gave me godlike powers. Honestly, honestly, my favorite character in the game, although there's not a whole lot of them. I guess I would probably say that it's just like, because usually when you see characters that are godlike entities, usually they tend to either be like crazy or very solemn. Whereas this guy's not actually like crazy, he's just a jerk. And reasonably so. I'm the one who's coming in here. I'm coming into his house and beating him up. It's like, who does that? Me, apparently. So yeah, great character, I guess is what I'm saying. All right. Yeah. Get out of here, you. MWY. And there, that little tone means that those blocks all the way in the maze are now gone, and I am free to maze it up, yo. All right, let's do this. Wait, why did I turn off everything? That's not what I meant to do. Plasma field, that's a special one. Or also turn on, I guess, vertical dash so that I can actually go through here. Now, one of the interesting things about this clock is that I've never gotten it to get to midnight. You know, both the hands up on the top there. That's just not possible, at least, well, that's not possible with a single power-up. So I don't know. But, yep, there we go. Something that I kind of want to, like, look at later on. Maybe try to figure out exactly how the clock works so that I might be able to do that. Because it feels like there's probably some sort of secret there. All right. So I called this thing the maze. I think it's a pretty apt description. How does it work? Well, do y'all kids like the Lost Woods? Because that's basically what this is. Well, minus a big creepy face, you know, doing its creepy face stuff. Yeah, she's pretty much just got to wander around here trying to figure out exactly where you're supposed to go. And I don't know if I can remember that, so no, yes, that's going to be important. Can't quite get there yet, though. If I remember correctly. And if I remember even more correctly, it's not here that I want to go, but it's here. No, not that place. Oh, yep. And the face getting more creepy over time. Yeah, it wasn't very clear that there was something here, but I suppose there is like a little circle right above it, which kind of indicates that you're looking at something. There we go. Oh, good, and I didn't actually realize it was this easy to get into this area. All right. This is a big hint for the signs, letting you know exactly how you're supposed to be using those. Because it ain't easy. It ain't easy to figure out by itself. Oh, right. Down, left, up. I think. I think that this is... Well, down... There's that. I think that those circles just mean that you reset the area. Left. For some reason, the face here becomes more solid over time. Ah, here we go. This is actually where I want to be. ESA. Yeah, great. But there you go. That's the incredible code. I mean, who could have possibly seen that coming? Never actually tried to do this before. Well, of course, I'm not actually a place down. Is there like a secret in here, or did I just screw something up? It feels like I might have screwed something. Feels like I might have screwed something up. Neat. Oh, and for some reason these things are solid. How you doing, eyeball? Looking good. Well, this was entirely pointless, but an amusing diversion nonetheless. All right, let's actually get up in here. All right, down, left, up. There you go. I guess. I think. I don't really know. All right, well, now that I got out of there, because, man, it's ridiculous. There's something I want to do real quick on this screen. Specifically, you know, ESA. It's supposed to be typing stuff into stuff, but S brings up the map, so I'm just going to set that to Q. Annoyingly, this game, for some reason, resets, like, all of your settings as soon as you exit it. So, despite the fact that I had that set to something else, still wasn't liking that. So, one of the signs was a pointed pillar next to certain death, I think it was. ESA. And there you go. So, that's what we're doing now. Well, I thought there was something kind of suspicious, which is about the... Where even am I right now? Apparently on the Plague Hive. Are you kidding me? What the hell is... What in the actual hell is this? When everything is said and done, return here. Cool. Are you kidding me? What the... Oh, okay. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. What the... I just... This is... unexpected. Yeah, I thought there was something suspicious about this area over here, and then I went to the Plague Hive part to see if I could, I went to the Plague Hive part to see if I could, like go back through that area there as if it was just something I missed, and, nope. This is... Well, okay, first off, there's a couple things that I want to check out right now. For example, there are things related to power-ups, and also, Jesus. And also, can't... I mean, I always thought that there was another space for a power-up in there, because there was just enough room to squeeze one more power-up in there. I did not think it was going to be this. It also kind of looks like this, God. ESA. Or, I mean, ESA. ESA. There it is. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I can't even just believe it. But anyway, here's another one. Underwater dome, etc. There we go. And of course, the underwater swimming animation is still super goofy because clearly this bike was ESA. Or, there we go. Underwater arena. There's not a whole lot of them in the game, so that one was pretty easy to figure out. So, sign telling you to be patient. Well, not this one, but yes. Gaze up at the moon, all that sort of thing. And also the fact that all the way up here, it kind of seemed like there should be something on this little area. Indeed there is, if I can actually do it correctly. There we go. Yeah, on the site of something that was lost. Easy enough. Man, this game is... This game gets really goofy in the second half, doesn't it? I already pointed this one out. Lowest part of the world, or bottom of the world, or whatever that actually said, because I don't actually remember. And there's the eyes. Ain't no lower place than this. So, a solitary plant under siege. Might have thought that this one would be a little bit difficult to figure out, but I actually found this area here pretty quickly. And it's like, well, what else could it possibly be used for? There's not a whole lot of options. Single plant under siege. ESA. Boop. But yeah, that's also an area that I had not really shown off at all, because there's nothing down there until right now. This room, I said that was going to have some sort of significance later. Above a vertical power. If it otherwise doesn't really have too much to do in here. I remember thinking that there was going to be some sort of relation to... What if I were to type okay? No. Okay. Yeah, I said it was going to have some sort of relation to like something that I was doing later. Or I was thinking that it was going to have some sort of relation to a key. Because... Well, you know, the mysterious crystals that only appeared in the expedition area, or in the excavation area, as well as one of those glowing block type of things, the red one there. But nope, it's for something completely different. So here's something. I thought, you know, hey, a road that cannot be completed. This one gets destroyed. You can't complete it, right? Nope, not it. Yeah, where eagles dare. I mean, there's not a whole lot of eagles in the game, aside from this one. Doop. A road that you can't complete. Well, this one has been, like, broken off, and obviously isn't completely unusable. Nope. Oh, I hate going through that area. But I mean, of course, it's like the road that you cannot complete. Where else? It's reference to the second ending. And I did kind of think that that could have been a possibility for a while. It's just, I didn't want to go through that area, so I tried to avoid it. ESA. There you go. Boy, I hate that. Hate doing that. Couldn't even do it on the bike, just because it's like, well... Go too fast. Go right into those spikes. Right, good stuff, good stuff. And what's your prize? Well, getting through here first off. And yeah, there is one explicitly missing because you got to use the plasma field for something else. And it's to press this button. Oh. Hi. I'm just gonna head out for a second. At least the bike makes this pretty easy to get around. Oh, yes, and I did check. Unfortunately, no, the bike doesn't have its own clock puzzle thing, which is a little unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that it would. Kind of considered like a non-entity in terms of... Not a big fan of that ghost following me around. Kind of a non-entity, apparently, in terms of power-ups being so super secret or whatever. So yes, it is now a little bit of a race against the clock to go. Thankfully, I know down, left, left, up. And also, again, bike. Yeah, it looks a lot like that weird face in the wall, which is interesting. And then, okay, you see this little thing in the background here? You're going to go towards this larger circle and also away from that ghost. And I'll cut in... oh, yeah. No, crap. That's not what I meant to do. But anyway, yeah, if you screw it up, you get this super weird looking face. Ghost still following me. And then you got to do that one again. I think that... hurry up. And I got to get back to the beginning first off, which is pretty simple. I mean, you just got to go doop, doop, doop. And I think it's up and down and back to the beginning. Okay. Yeah, could not find the crown. I was sort of thinking that it might have had something to do with this area, but no dice. It was a little too bad. Gonna have to eventually figure out exactly what that is, but for right now, yep, if you get over here, you can't do anything until you get all the signs. That will be extremely helpful. What's this? What's over in this area? Did I ever actually look over here? Oh, no, it just goes over here. Ah, crap! Whoops. And here we finally are. The very end of the game. The 100 room, which I'm going to have to come back for later. But yes, finally all leading up to this. Meeting with Moya's bosses and getting away from that ghost as soon as possible, which is kind of important. And this is actually a different save file where I had not beaten Super Moya because the ending is the same, but the dialogue is a little bit different. Yep, seen you before. Also, the ending that I got with beating Super Moya, I was on the bike, which kind of messed up the final cutscene a little bit. So, some good compare contrast and also makes it a little less ridiculous. And there you go. The final true ending. And now here's the version if you had beaten Moya a second time. It's just a little bit different, but aside from that, you get the same cutscene otherwise. And then that final scene is replaced with Moya's smiling face, like it does in the other endings too. So I also wanted to show off that final end screen as well, because I think that one was a little cool. Well, and everything's back to Yeah, it's like quite an ending. And hey, I did explode the ship as necessary, and I guess, I don't know, maybe now I'm a Moya type of guy. Big shining save file, 148%. That bike really messes up stuff, doesn't it? Welcome to New Game Plus. And indeed, you still get all your power-ups, and also the ghost is still following me. Oh no! Of course, if you remember what it actually said on the... Yeah, it's gonna be a... This is gonna be an issue. Of course, if you remember what it actually said on the computer all the way back there, all I need to do is get to the smiling face, which pointed out much earlier. Yes. Hurry it up. Got a ghost attacking me, man. Yeah, I know. And smiling face right here. And there we go. Okay. Well, that's nice at least. I do like that ending. I mean, even though it's like, yeah, it's pretty much exactly what you'd think it would be considering what I saw earlier. So neat. Do I still have my entire thing mapped out? Yes, I do. Yep. Oh, huh. This is new dialogue. Alright, before we get into the super post-game content, there's still a couple little odds and ends I want to show off here. For example, the fishing guy, which you can only get to if you have a bad save point, and it loads you in incorrectly. So I just went into the save file and screwed around a little bit with the coordinates to be able to see this. And then aside from that, before we get into the really silly endings, like when the game just goes completely off the rails, here's a different save screen, which I'm not entirely sure how I got, but there you go. And thanks. Thanks, fishing guy. Well, there you go. Start at the Blue Cross. Also, what's that down there? I don't know. Start at the Blue Cross. I don't know what that means. But I guess I'm starting at the Blue Cross. And this is the second loop of the game. It seems like it's actually significantly easier to get here than I originally thought, because you are able to keep all of your progress with the signs and the keys and everything. Start at the Blue Cross. Although, one of the things I want to check right now that I've gotten rid of the ghost. Oh yeah, speaking of which, with the ghost gone, you can just kind of go around in here even if you don't have an active thing. Even if you don't have an active, like, clock solution. Because the ghost is just gone. It doesn't return there or whatever. It just apparently is done. Is that the Blue Cross? Because if so, man, I noticed this X for a really long time. Okay, and there we go. Got the crown thing on there, and this should be... I can just follow it, essentially. So I'm going left. Yes, I mean, I noticed that the thing, it's just like you had to probably like shrink it down a little bit to actually make it work, but now that I actually know where the start is, and thinking about it, of course the X marks the spot. It's like that's It's like, how else were you going to be able to do that? It's not a whole lot of places where that sort of route can fit into the game, after all. So here. And then just dip down. Go over here. Dip back up. And then right at the bottom of this shaft, I just need to input the crown. And I should have... Alright, I just realized this is where I thought that the crown area was, but that's not what it actually says. Because you don't go from... You don't go from here to the right, you go upwards and then to the right. And then, what, down 3? So I guess it would be right here? And here, down, like, what, like right here then? Well, what do you got, crown? There we go. Okay, cool, cool. Hooray, it says good. I did it. Hey, thanks. Still doing that face thing? Except... Man, I got a crown. Land of Friendship. Oh, wow. What is even going on in here right now? Well, this isn't quite what I was expecting, but I really want to keep talking to these things. Well, did I talk the happy face? Because otherwise I really have no idea what to do. Well, there's still that one area all the way back in the temple that, Great. There's still that one area all the way back in the temple that said that once you have done everything, come back. Uh-oh. I hope that... Yeah, I'm starting to notice some glitch in here. Just kind of around. Well, I guess I'm gonna just look around and see if there's stuff going on. Yeah, this is interesting. Oh! Wait a second, what's going on? I guess that's the Land of Friendship. I guess. I don't know. This is very strange. I'm gonna go save and then, record a little bit more, because clearly there's stuff going on. And indeed, there is a little bit of extra stuff here. As soon as you beat the game, you get, an ending. Let's just say that. And it's different if you get the ending when you're on the bike and when you're off the bike, so I'm going to be showing off both of those. Although the talking with Moya's superiors is the super final ending, this one is Well, it's definitely also an ending. Oh, yes, and if you were wondering, I think that I was supposed to get the bike after I finished all of this stuff, which is why it told me to come back there when everything was said and done, but I don't know, I got it early, so whatever. And here's the ending card. Great stuff. And before we wrap this series up, here's the final, ultimate, true end for beating the final boss on the bike.